Thank you all for being here on this very special episode of Dr. Hay. Today we have some interesting cases of schizophrenia. Our first case is Clara Bow, an actress from the streets of Brooklyn. And here she is now. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you for having me.
It's no problem. This is the first time I've had a star in my show, so you're welcome. So you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Well, I don't really worry about it.
It says here that you tried to commit suicide when your husband, Rex Bell, was running for the House of Representatives. You want to tell me about that?
Well, at that time I wasn't working, so what happened was that I just got overstressed with no work and just sitting around the house. So I kind of had a little accident, I guess you could say.
Really? Are you sure it had nothing to do with the fact that almost everyone in Hollywood thought that you were a lowlife and a disgrace to the community?
Well, I don't believe that at all.
Let's talk about your childhood. What was your childhood like?
Well, my childhood, I was raised up in the low lives of Brooklyn. I didn't really have any friends except for boys. I had ratty girls, and I think that's about it.
What about your parents?
Well, my mother was also schizophrenic, but I just took care of her and not the opposite way. And my father was abusive, but go on.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This probably contributed to your current mental state. Let's talk about your mother and any other family.
Well, my mother, she was always a little crazy. There was actually this one time when I was almost about 12, when my mother finally heard that I wanted to become an actress. I found myself one night with a butcher knife to my throat.
Well, schizophrenia is hereditary, so that would explain why you had it, because schizophrenia makes you act in irrational ways.
Well, can we please move to a different topic?
Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about your career.
Oh, I love my career. I started off when I was about a teenager. I did The Fame and Fortunes, which pretty much started my whole career. I won it when I was about 16, and, well, I was rushed off to Hollywood right after that, and I filmed in my favorite movie, which is called It, and that's how I got my name, The It Girl.
We actually have a clip of your movie that we will show later.
Oh, thank you.
Alright. Now, tell me more about the Fame and Fortune contest. How did you enter that?
Well, like I said earlier, I did it when I was about a teenager. I was whisked away to Hollywood by a man called Skulchenberger, and pretty much he kind of just used me for money and sex.
What do you mean?
Well, he might have been the cause of one of my few problems that I had in later life.
What do you mean by problems later in life?
Well, I kind of slept with 5 guys, had 2 boyfriends, and was married at the same time.
Oh, okay. How many movies were you involved in while acting?
I was in 58? Yes, 58. And that's ranged from 1921 to 1938.
Interesting. What kind of character did you play, usually?
I usually played a tomboy. There were a couple times where I got to be a flapper, which didn't always feel like the part, but I did love being a tomboy.
I see. What, wait, you have a star on the Walk of Fame, is this correct?
Yes, actually, on 1500 and Vine Avenue?
I see. What made you stop acting?
Well, sound came, and it didn't always work well with me, so I figured that was my time to stop. I had my spotlight, and it just felt like the right time to stop.
Well, Clara, thank you for coming to the show, and we will be right back after